Every time you accept her treatments, you are again communicating to her that, hey, it's okay to hurt me as long as you're being nice to me after. And that is not what you want, do you? In this video, we'll talk about a juicy topic, and that is why women don't apologize and how you get them to do it. As a man, I guarantee you've experienced the following situation. Your girlfriend does something that drives you mad, although you specifically have told her not to do that thing. For example, she's half an hour late to your date without letting you know before. She schedules something for you both without telling you, so now it messes up your calendar. She doesn't communicate what upsets her and just continuously tells you, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. You finish your workday and the first thing she does is just steamroll you with all the things that need to be done around the house. Or it could be small things like loading the dishwasher incorrectly, or just never making the bed, leaving her things out, whatever it is. And then, of course, there are random emotional outbursts or blaming you for something their exes did, and a bunch of other things that really drive you mad. As a grown man, the situation is entirely clear. I'm not resentful or vindictive, but if someone messes up, I want that person to apologize because I see their behavior as the problem that caused some kind of inconvenience or negative feelings within me. Once they do apologize, I feel seen, I feel respected, I feel honored, and everything is smooth sailing after that. No hard feelings. Now, from a woman's perspective, the situation is a little bit different, and that's what causes this mismatch and leads her to often not apologizing. She does not see her behavior as the problem, but she sees the negative feelings caused in you as the problem. In simple words, she just doesn't want you to feel bad, which is entirely understandable and actually very noble. But what she thinks you need to feel better is often not what you actually need to feel better, because you need that apology, that honest talk, and some sort of change or guarantee that it won't happen in the future again. But that, of course, is hard for her to do because, let's face it, apologizing takes a lot of balls, or in that case, ovaries. So she is entirely focused on your negative feelings and just wants them to go away, or wants to make them go away without putting her into a situation where she experiences a lot of negative feelings. So what I've noticed in my own relationships is that when my partner messed up or did something that hurt me and I pointed it out, we were talking about it, but there was no apology. But in the next few hours or days, they would be super accommodating. She would get me gifts, she would cook something for me, she would be super eager to have sex or to please me in bed, all these sort of things. Because again, in her mind, the negative feelings were the problem, so she wanted me to feel better. Now that you've understood this dynamic, you can see why this leads to a lot of problems. Because at least in my case, it's very hard for me to respect someone who isn't able to apologize and who resorts to all sorts of pleasing behaviors in order to make up for it, because they know that it's something wrong, but they can't face it. And then, of course, you get stuck in the same cycle again and again and again, because she has a way to make the bad feelings go away, so there's no need to change her actual behavior. And of course, over time, this leads you to build a lot of resentment, because the same thing happens again and again and you don't feel taken serious. You're asking yourself, why the fuck do you still keep doing that? Like I've told you so many times, and you can't even apologize for it. But then again, she shows up with a nice dinner, she shows up in the sexy lingerie, she's whispering all these sweet nothings into your ear, and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, it's not that bad, I'm not mad. And that's what gets you stuck in the same cycle again and again and again, and leads to a lot of resentment, a loss of respect, and quite frankly, it doesn't lead to any growth at all, because you're just stuck in the same cycle. You feel like you're not taken serious, she feels like you're overreacting all the time and she has to please you and make up for things all the time, and it just doesn't get you anywhere. So the question is, obviously, what can you do about it? What can you do to break that cycle? First things first, you have to decide which behavior you want in the future. You have to decide to break the cycle, because staying in it comes with a cost, but breaking it comes with a cost as well. The costs of staying in the cycle I've just mentioned. So if you are fine with the same behaviors occurring again and again, and you're feeling like you're not taking serious, you're not taking respected, but in return you get the occasional makeup sex or a nice dinner or a massage or whatever it is, go for it. Fine. I've done that in the past and I realized it's not making me happy because it doesn't address my core needs as a man, and it also kept my relationship stuck on the same level. Now, you're a smart guy who wants to grow. So I assume you want to break the cycle and you want to have an actual adult relationship with your partner where she too can apologize for things she did wrong, because that is the need that you have to meet within yourself or want her to meet within yourself. And to do that, you need to do two things. First, you need to have an open and honest and vulnerable conversation with her. You need to help her understand your point of view, because I guarantee you that 99% of women do not understand this point of view. They are focused on the bad emotions and they think as long as they make up for them and make the bad feelings go away, that is all they need to do. But it's not. You have to help her understand that for you, for the bad emotions, the bad feelings, the upset, the anger, the sadness, the disappointment, everything to go away, she needs to apologize. And that will also help you feel seen, respected, and heard and acknowledged, instead of building resentment towards her in the long run. When you do that, reassure her that her way of doing things is not wrong. It's just not what resonates with you as a man. And focus on how you feel when she does it this way versus this way, and that will help her understand a lot better. The second thing, and this is the cost of this method, is that you cannot give in to her treatments, because probably for all her life she has done things exactly like that. Instead of apologizing, she would just treat you well, smother you, and so on and so forth, because she is in a pattern of doing nice things for people instead of apologizing in order to make them feel better. And this is not going to change overnight. And every time you accept her treatments, her smothering you, her offers, so to speak, her attempts to make you feel better, you are reinforcing that pattern. And you are again communicating to her that, hey, it's okay to hurt me as long as you're being nice to me after. And that is not what you want, do you? And I know this can feel like you're making a big fuss out of it, and you don't want to be angry for such a long time. You don't want to be over dramatic. But again, if you reinforce that pattern, it's always going to stay there. And that is the cost of this method, of this pattern change. To break it, you have to go through the uncomfortable stretch of having that little bit of disconnection between you and that feeling of, hey, something is wrong here. This is what we can do to fix it. Don't give her the silent treatment, or don't tell her what's up. You can communicate to her, look, this is what's wrong. This is what I need to fix it. Please, if you want to connect with me, then this is what I need right now. One last important thing that I want to give you on your way is that you have to truly understand that there is no right or wrong way of doing these things. Masculine and feminine energy is simply different in that regard, and that's okay. We just have to find a way to connect with each other and to make it work together. So there's nothing wrong with her trying to soothe you with accommodating behaviors, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with you standing up for yourself and saying, hey, you hurt me, this is what I need to feel better right now. So don't expect her to apologize for every tiny little thing, and that's not necessary at all. But the big things, the ones that upset you, the ones that cause resentment in the long run, you really have to help her meet your needs there, because else you'll just undermine the relationship in the future. If your relationship with your partner is not what you want it to be because there's too much drama, but not enough respect, support, connection, and intimacy, and you want to improve it, but don't know how, I can help you with that. I offer premium one-on-one coaching, and you can book a quick free call so we can get to know each other, and I can take a look at your specific situation and help you move forward. The link is in the video description. It takes about 20 seconds to set up. So if you truly want to make a change, this is your chance. Do it now. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.